So for government information, this relies completely on the alliances that are going to be formed between the different blocs. And we'll begin to see a more clear picture of this once the final results come in. So far, Muqtada Alsadr is definitely the kingmaker. He has the highest number of votes. Who is he going to align himself with? Now, we have to kind of listen to his speech yesterday. It sounded very passive-aggressive to Al-Fatah Alliance, which is the political wing of the Popular Mobilization Forces. He talked a lot about foreign influence. He talked about threats against embassies. He highlighted that all embassies were welcome in the country on condition that they do not intervene. He also commented on militia activity. He commented on assassinations. And we saw also that Fatah Alliance, via Hadi Al-Amari, had said that they reject completely the elections and that they were forged. And this coincided, well, we can call it coincided, with Ghani's visit to Iraq, who is now the head of the Quds force, who replaced Qasim Soleimani last year, 2 years ago, sorry. With all these dynamics, it does not necessarily look that Muqtada Alsadr will ally himself with the Fatah for now. However, we have seen this scenario in 2011 when parties that appear to be at odds ended up allying themselves with one another to kind of, we can say, harness the gains. But Shia politics is no longer one bloc. It has definitely fractured between different groups. So we can see Muqtada Alsadr aligning himself with other groups. Would he align himself with Halbusi, who is the second, who has the second highest number of votes, though still very, very far from Muqtada Alsadr? That could be a possibility. He could align himself with the Kurdish parties as well. When it comes to Kurdish politics, they tend to disagree with one another in Kurdistan. So we will see the KDP and the PUK at odds, criticizing each other, perhaps in the realm of the Kurdistan in Iraq. But when it comes to Baghdad, they are very united because they feel that the Kurdish interest here triumphs everything else. And they do want to do what they can to also harness these gains and maintain them at least. So the Kurdish parties will most likely unite. I don't think we'll see the PUK align themselves with Fatah. I know for a fact that that would be an outcome that some people, especially the pro-Iran bloc in Iraq, would prefer. But the Kurdish national interest in this case would definitely be probably the determining factor. Who will Nour al-Maliki align himself with? Most likely Fatah Alliance. Now, will they achieve enough number of seats to actually determine the next prime minister? We'll have to see how that plays. So Muqtada Alsadr cannot do everything alone. He does, however, have the most influence. It depends also on the remaining parties who they're going to align themselves with. Nour al-Maliki, al-Fatah, Khamis al-Khanjar's bloc is most likely will be the alliance. However, how many numbers they will get, I don't think that it's influential enough, and we kind of see that in their comments now, as they seem to they're rejecting the entire election results out of frustration because they definitely did not win as they had anticipated to.